I'm designing a space using a thrifted chest of drawers, pre-loved as I like to call it, and turning it into something absolutely beautiful and definitely functional. And remember, this is the same room that I made over recently to start with this empty wall. And while I definitely like it, because you know I love me some negative space, I could definitely use some storage. Everyone could use a little bit of extra storage in your spaces. So before I could turn this into something that I definitely needed, I had to do a thing. Remember your friend. Measuring the space is significant here because, especially with designing it and decorating with large objects, as I'm going to do here, remember your friend. Keep her on hand at all times. The layout and the flow here matters just as much as the overall look. This is near a door, literally upon entry. And when the door is open, I needed complete clearance. I didn't want any obstruction because I definitely didn't want to be squeezing into my space when I come into the room. Instead of just feeling the wall, I'm choosing the right piece to make it over, and I'm styling it in a way that actually works how it functions, especially when I'm thinking about and taking into account. I set out to find the piece, and as usual, I can't make this up. I simply cannot make this up. There she was, waiting just for me. And one tip I'll always give you when it comes to home decor or decorating and shopping thrift finds, pre-loved pieces, measure your space first before you go out shopping for furniture if you're looking for larger size pieces. Once I got her home, of course, cleaning is definitely a must before any furniture makeover, and that is the part of working with thrifted furniture and pre-loved pieces. Now, she does have a few bumps and bruises, but hey, who doesn't? That's the character, and that's exactly what I love about thrift finds like this. I don't believe in sanding away every single imperfection because those marks, for me, I consider that's life, just like us. This piece had a story before it ever got to me, and I like to let some of that stick around because it tells the story of the piece. Now, if there are deep gouges, of course, I'll fix those, but the smaller wear and tear, I leave it. That's what gives it that vintage antique feel, because if I wanted something brand new, I would have just bought new. Of course, you know every dresser is going to have some hardware that had to be removed, and all of the hardware, once it was done, I wanted to actually strip it down as much as possible before the makeover. So I grabbed a pot of boiling water, yes, in my trusty all-clad pot, added some vinegar and a little baking soda, and then once it had all boiled away as much as possible, because you can see the water and what it looks like, I let it sit and do their thing and then set it aside to dry. Before any paint goes on, the piece has to be cleaned thoroughly, always, always. I vacuumed out all of the dust and debris, especially in the corners along the edges. Then I went back over it with a cloth to make sure that the surface was clean and ready for paint. If you skip that part, your paint will tell the story. Now, when it comes to painting, this is where you have to make a decision because not every piece needs priming, trust me. This one is already dark wood, and since I'm taking it to black, a primer just isn't necessary, and considering the fact that it is made of wood, so it is a little bit more porous because you can go in with a light sanding. So I went in with Rust-Oleum chalk paint and built it up with 3 coats and letting it dry within each coat of paint completely before adding on the next one. That's how you get a solid, even finish without looking rushed or uneven. But that's one of the great things with this point, working with chalk paint for pieces like this, it goes on smooth, levels out easily, dries fairly quickly, and it gives you control as you build the color. You're wondering when you should prime, when not to prime, why that matters, deeper into detail with other painting projects I've done in the past that I have in my queue. But for this piece, this approach, it simply made sense. This is what the pieces look like after 3 coats, and now I'm moving back to the pools. I mentioned earlier I used the boiling water, vinegar, and a little baking soda mix to remove all of the buildup. This is an older thrifted piece, so that was definitely needed. Once they came out, I let them dry completely, air drying. I did not dry them with a cloth. I didn't rush that part because I actually wanted the crusty layer to dry up and lift so I could go in and remove it easily. So once everything was fully dry, I took a brush and I worked off the excess little crustiness, if you will. I'll be honest, I really like the look right here. I really do like the look. It has a bit of a patina, if you will. I could have lightly dusted them off and then sealed them as is, but I wanted to take it just a step further and clean them up a bit. After that, I wanted to take a test run, see how I felt about the patina look, that soft worn silver look. It's actually very pretty if you if you like that look. Let me know in the comment section if you like that kind of look. So I went ahead and placed them back on the cabinet to see how the overall look, how it would look together and how I felt about it in the space. But yeah, we'll see. Age look. And if I change my mind, I can always soak it back off. Well, as you can see, she made up her mind. That was a no for now. So I went in with some rub and buff and started bringing them to life in a different way. Toolbox where I keep rub and buff. That's a big thumb. I reuse my same gloves quite a bit. Project. I'm gonna just take your rub and buff, of course, and a dab will do ya. Just gonna take a little bit, and I'm gonna just go ahead and add that to that. As you can see, it just, oh gosh, it spreads so beautifully. And I don't want to coat the whole thing at one time. I want some of the age look to show through. I don't want it entirely gold. So then I'll just go in, as you see, ooh, this stuff can get messy. You have to be so careful. And go in around it, if you could see, and just wipe it on. There you have it. You see it. I'm just wiping it on. I'm not covering the whole thing, I'm spotting it. Like spot painting. But that's what I'm doing. And I'll go in with the top one. This one, it's still some on here. But if you see the difference, and I'm gonna bring it closer. You see that? And then I'll just go in around the edges. Add the gold and spots. But you see the dark spots that are still there? I don't want to cover it completely with gold. Added all of the hardware back onto the piece and brought it into the space for a quick styling moment. This isn't the final look. I have more coming for this area, so stay tuned with me for the next episode. But for now, this is how it landed. Storage and pretty all in one, and it filled the space just right. So as always, stay inspired, motivated, and moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.